Hey, what's up, guys? Z Sports Nation here, back with another video for you guys. We're going to be going over our sleeper teams for March Madness as we start entering week one of the tournament. First four games are tomorrow. I'm here with you guys. I've traded in Zach. We got Azulis Tubelis with us here today.
I know. I've loved seeing the comments. I never, I've watched a lot of Azulis. Apparently, I look like him. I'll take it. That's my Lithuanian brother right there. Hoping they can make a run. So it's been funny seeing those comments.
We're going to look at our sleeper teams, guys. For this video, let's define what we're talking about here. For sleepers in this video, we're talking about teams that are 7+ in seed, and we believe they're going to win 2+ games, or they could win 2+ games at least.
Yeah.
They got that potential. But let's talk about our sleeper teams. Let's talk about the teams we want to hit on, and let's give you our bracket. Let's go with it here. We're going to talk about this first team here. This is a real sleeper team that we like, that could do some damage, and quite frankly, Zach, they just got the wrong 2 seed. That's the Texas A&M Aggies.
Yeah, it's they are extremely underseeded, as we all know. This is a team that should have got probably a 4 or 5 seed. I think everyone in America agrees with that right now. This team is as dangerous of a 7 seed as possible. And as a team, it would bust me and Will's bracket that we made, and it very well might, because this team is that tough. They're led by Wade Taylor and Tyrese Radford. And their recipe for success is they get to the free throw line as much as anybody in the country. I mean, you see the numbers right here. You got 20, they get to the line 25 times a game. That is incredible, especially in March when games get tight sometimes. You maybe you're not hitting shots, but you're able to get to the free throw line. That's huge. They have a recipe for March. They're coached by Buzz Williams, who's had some success in March with a couple different teams in the past, Marquette and Virginia Tech. So this is a team that if they can get by Texas, they have a tough draw on the 7-10 here. It's not easy, and they could easily lose this one. But if they can get by this one and get by Texas, a road to the Final Four could be in store for them. It's not an easy path, but as far as 7 seeds go, they're absolutely dangerous.
I 100% agree. And I kind of said it earlier. I think it's just the case they're a wrong 2 seed. If you had A&M drawn up against any other 2 seed really, or a 3, heaven forbid a 4, I think Zach and I have these guys make a run.
Yes, and I that's why I was so disappointed by the fact that they got a 7, and especially because they didn't deserve a 7. But we can all tell what the committee's trying to do, and that's set up that Texas A&M matchup in the second round, which would be it's going to be an electric matchup if the two both get the job done in the first round. But man, this is A&M team. It could bust our bracket, and there's definitely a chance they can make this run.
So that's one of our sleeper teams, guys. Another sleeper team. You've seen our videos. You kind of know who we're talking about here. The 8 seed that we like a lot, the Memphis Tigers.
Yes, Memphis. I mean, we've talked about them from the very first bracketology we made this year back in late January. It's a team we've been high on for a long time now. The talent is there. They are also underseeded for how good they are. And really the resumes looks pretty good too. They only lose by 3 to Bama earlier in the year. They beat Auburn by 9. They have good wins on the resume. And their biggest loss on the year is an 8-point loss to Houston without Kendrick Davis. That's incredible. There's a lot to like about this team. And me and Will, we talked about it in our bracket video, but the fact that we can see a Kemba Walker type run
out of Kendrick
Davis feels like it could be in the making. If they can, FAU's a tough team. They're underseeded as well. 31-3 of the Conference USA is a tough achievement, honestly. But they have a decent draw getting Purdue. They got the 4th one. That's the best one you could want. It's going to be tough to stop Edey, but me and Will, we've talked about how we think they can speed the game up enough to cause that to make Purdue's guards uncomfortable and get the game in their pace and play the way they want to play. That would be huge. And then after that, who knows? It's open. And then you're looking at Memphis, matching up either a Duke or Tennessee team. And then who knows? A Final Four run could be in store.
Friday night's going to be interesting. Friday night, 7:20 Mountain, 9:20 Eastern is going to be the tip of this, or the scheduled tip at least, of this Memphis and FAU game. That's going to be a great game. Sunday, imagine Sunday morning, probably Sunday early afternoon for the Memphis if it is Memphis, it would be Memphis, and you would assume Purdue. That will be probably Sunday afternoon, Sunday morning. It's going to be a stressful weekend for ZW Sports Nation, given how much stock we've put into Memphis. But it's very possible that after this weekend, we're sitting here happy at what we predicted.
Yeah, this is the Memphis team we love, and we've seen a lot of love on the internet for Memphis. And it's good to see.
We're OGs though.
But we're OGs. We had to put that out there. Just the fact that we've liked this Memphis team for a long time. We're glad that everyone is on board with it as well. But yeah, this Memphis team is tough.
So that's our 8, guys. We're talking other seeds here. We got a 12 we got to talk about, and that is the Drake Bulldogs.
Yeah, Drake is an experienced group. They are older than 5 NBA teams by average age across the starting lineup. That's incredible to see. The experience here really is what I'm liking in this matchup. As well as Drake is hot right now. They've won, 12 out of 13, something like that, 11 out of 12. They've won. They've been winning a lot recently, and they're doing it in a tough, and honestly, not a tough, but let's say a solid Missouri Valley conference as well. It's not a conference to sleep on. To do what they've done has been impressive. They have shooters.
Yeah, both these teams shoot about 38%. That just jumped out to me from 3.
Yeah, that's a really high number. So we're gonna see probably a lot of threes hitting this game, and it's gonna be a guard-oriented game. But Drake's led by actually their 4-man Tucker DeVries. He's fantastic. This game is gonna be fun, and if they can win this, they definitely have the potential to win 2 games and get to the Sweet 16.
Bulldogs are dangerous. Zach's kind of been talking about them for about a month now. He's liked them, and someone to keep an eye on. They're interesting. They had that turn. They made it to the tournament a couple years ago when they were led by Yesfu in that matchup. Could be something to see again. We'll see.
Drake. They have the potential and they have the experience that you like to see in March.
One last team, right, Zach? We got our last team here, Kent State.
Oh, a couple more after this one.
A couple more.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we got Kent State here, our 13. This is a team we like, Zach.
Yes, and obviously, if Drake wins 2, then Kent State's not winning 2, but because they're in that same little quadrant. But this is a team that I'm even higher on in March right now is Kent State, and there's a lot of reasons to feel that way. They defended a high level. We've seen them almost take down Houston and Gonzaga in this same season. Took them both to the wire. Could have won both games. They're led by Sincere Carey. He's a 5th-year point guard. You always love to see that in March. But what I've been really liking is the fact that they have Malik Jacobs. He's one of the best on-ball defenders in the country right now, which is it's super important for this matchup right here against Jalen Hood-Schifino. Because when Jalen Hood-Schifino doesn't play well, Indiana doesn't play well. And he's going to there's a good chance he locks him down in that game. And Indiana won't be able to get into the rhythm they need. And I like them to beat Indiana. And then, as we said, they could either Drake or Miami plays in the next round. And that's going to be a coin flip game for Kent State. So they definitely have a good chance to get to the Sweet 16.
Kent State can be dangerous. They've had some tough games. They've hung tough with some teams. Need to get over the edge here, but I think they can do it.
Yeah, they're looking good. They've been impressive.
Hit me next, Zach. Who else are we talking here?
I want to talk one more 8 seed. I want to talk Arkansas.
Yeah. Okay.
And I want to talk Arkansas because it's a team that has so much talent. They've had some injuries this year. Trayvon Brazile went down early. Nick Smith has been hurt most of the year. He's only played 10 games. And that's really has bitten them this year. But the talent is still there for this team. It's a loaded roster, still tons of talent. 2 future NBA guys with Anthony Black and Nick Smith, both going to go in the first round this year. It's going to be Illinois kind of the same way in terms of underperformed this year. Mm-hmm. But I do lean Arkansas to win this one, and they're going to give Kansas a run for their money in the second round. It's going to be a heck of a game. And, I don't necessarily like them to win that one. They're at least it's going to be close. And Arkansas, they're a sneaky team. They're an 8 seed that could definitely make a run. And it's due to just explosive guard play.
Dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
That's the best way to sum up this Arkansas team is dangerous. We got 2 teams here we got left to talk about. We got a team that we personally love on this show. the NC State Wolfpack.
So fun to watch.
They're fun, man. If you're talking fun factor,
Yes,
of how badly I want this NC State team to advance, just because of how fun they are to watch, man.
they're awesome to watch. You just see Jarkel Joyner, Terquavion Smith just doing like they're just doing the wildest stuff out there, taking 25 footers. Jarkel Joyner's got the ball on a string when he's dribbling it. They're just fun. Me and Will, we love watching NC State. And we wanted to put them in this video because we think we don't love this Creighton matchup. We don't love it. But if they can beat Creighton here, if they can find a way to beat Creighton, it sets up well against, let's say Baylor does win, as the 3 seed.
Sign me up for that game.
That's a fun game. Baylor, NC State. Think about the guards in that game. You have explosive guards on both sides. You have guards that could play at the NBA level on both sides of that, with Keontae George for Baylor, Smith for NC State.
That game could hit the 90s.
It could.
It would be insane.
It would be awesome because they're both finesse 3-point shooting teams. I mean, you see NC State gets 24 up a game. Baylor, I think, gets somewhere in that range as well. And Creighton also shoots a lot of threes. It would be fun. Sign us up for NC State Baylor. We don't love this first matchup. We had to put them in there because we think if they can get this one, you never know.
Stuff could go on after that for sure. We got one more team to talk about. This team doesn't necessarily fit our 7+ category, but we think that the bracket sets up really well for them. That's the Kentucky Wildcats.
Yeah, it is. Kentucky got a favorable draw in this, I think, in this tournament, because I don't even know if they necessarily deserved a 6. Maybe a 7, I would have thought, but they get a 6 nevertheless. And if they can get by this Providence team, this is a scrappy Providence team. Mm-hmm. They're scrappy. They get by this one. I think they match up really well against Kansas State in the next round. I think Kansas State would be about on par with difficulty as this Providence game would be. Cason Wallace is one of the best on-ball defenders. He could shut down Marquise Noel, not let him get into the lane and do his magician work. And this is a Kentucky team. The bracket just sets up well for them. And then after that, if they can find a way to get by K-State, this bottom little quadrant, you never know what happens there. So it's just the team we wanted to put in there because the fact that there could be a little bit of chaos in that region, and it's just a nice draw for them.
Most definitely. But that's kind of it, guys. That's the teams we're looking at. That's the teams that we're like, well, these could be our sleepers that we think are getting 2+ wins if they're getting wins. But that's what we're thinking. Let me know what you guys think. Let us know what you guys think.
Yeah.
Like, comment, subscribe. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. This is different from the type of videos Zach and I usually make, but we're going to try and get some of these videos out here for you guys as well. Join our bracket right now. We got a group going right now on ESPN's ESPN's tournament tracker app. Our group's name is Z-Dub Sports Nation, just like the name of our YouTube channel, guys. If you go there, you'll find a bunch of people who've already signed up. Zach and I are going to have our bracket that we filled out for our video in there. Zach and I have also both filled out some individual brackets for this. So you're going to see kind of what I'm thinking, what Zach's thinking, and then what Zach and I came together to think. So that's going to be there for you guys. Compare what you guys have to ours.
Yeah. Let us know how you guys are feeling. Who's your guys' sleeper? But appreciate it.
Appreciate it, guys. Take care. Enjoy March. We'll see you guys later.
See you guys.